May I kiss you, Hannah?
Yes, you can.
Today, Hannah B meets the boys. Kristen D fires off.
You built this house and now you have to live in it, bro.
And from summer house to our house, we've got Paige Desorbo in the studio.
Let's pump the brakes here.
This is your reality check. It is Turn Up Tuesday and my ladies turned up. Yes, welcome to the show. We have such a great half hour for you today. Everyone, hi, I am Lyndsey Rodrigues. Welcome to Reality Check. Joining me today is singer Elise Testone, who came in the top 6 on American Idol season 11. Congrats. From Bravo's Summer House, we have Paige Desorbo bringing the fashion in this hot pink.
Thank you.
And to my left, we have my girl from the Hollywood Reporter News, Neha Joy. We're finally on camera together.
I know, we made it happen.
Yay! I am so happy right now. We are going to get straight into last night's premiere of The Bachelorette because it was 2 hours long, it was a whole lot of dude, and of course, it was a whole lot of drama. And Hannah B's girls really had to have her back last night. Check this out.
Earlier today, someone reached out to me on social media saying that one of the guys here has a girlfriend. I don't know if this is true, so I want to do like some further investigating to get to the bottom of it. Oh my God, that's him. That's the guy with the girlfriend.
So I'm here to find a life partner. I'm here to find the one for me.
Yeah.
So in my mind, they were in a van that was marked Irene's Flowers on the outside. But they had like all this like junk food and stuff on the inside, and they were totally like CIA agents.
They had like little like a buddy cop drama. Like I think that's what they need after this.
Yes.
I love
Someone
that
give
they
it to
did
them.
that. I felt like my friends are bad friends because no one's ever done that for me.
Did you
Like,
text them and just be like,
I was like,
"Girls,
what
what's up?"
guys, why haven't you ever sat in a van outside of one of my dates?
No. I've dated a lot of shady dudes as well, so I'm surprised that none of my friends have done this for me. Elise, what were your thoughts?
Absolutely. I definitely feel like that was the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
It made me really excited to know that she also has some cool friends to back her up for such a jerk, you know?
I mean, luckily he's just one of a bunch, but you know, after finding out this information, she absolutely kicked Scott to the curb, as she should, but then he tried to argue his validity in the competition. Take a look at this fool.
What you think of as like being serious about somebody is very different than what I think being serious about somebody is.
I could also say that you just dated Colton for the last like 2 months, 3 months. Like you were just madly in love with him, and then all of a sudden, now that this is like the same exact thing.
Okay.
All right, Neha, you were live tweeting the entire show last night, and you definitely said it best with your tweet, which included a hilarious Britney Spears meme. I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically I said Scott comparing his relationship that ended 2 days before filming to Hannah's relationship with Colton that ended months ago.
I think Britney's face says it all.
What?
Britney's face
love
says it
that.
all.
That's the thing. Every season we have someone that's here, right? That's not here for the right reasons. But Scott takes it to a whole nother level where he's basically gaslighting her and saying, no, yeah, or yes, I
Right.
did date someone 2 days before filming, and that's okay because you dated someone months ago. Like, apples
he's a
and,
chump.
and potatoes. Like what?
honestly.
He's a what?
He's a chump.
Like, he's something else.
Worse. I feel like I love when reality TV gives you someone to really hate, and the fact that they did it right in the first episode, I was like, this is amazing, and I hate this guy, and I love it.
Like we already have a villain. Maybe
Yes.
we'll bring him back in some surprising twist towards the end of the series.
That has happened before.
Or bring the girlfriend on.
Elise, what do you
Yes.
think about all this? Like, I feel for the
Yeah.
poor girlfriend. I feel for Hannah.
Yeah, like it's not fair to his girlfriend at all, first of all, and I've definitely been in experiences like that, so I know how it feels. Maybe not in The Bachelorette, but I think what's so bad for her is that now that set the tone for the entire show, and she's really looking for true love, so now she doesn't know who she's gonna trust.
Yeah, and like she's made it really clear that she's not in this just for followers or just to
Right.
date for the sake of dating. She wants a husband.
Yeah, but can I just say, like, and I tweeted about this too, she is ruthless. Hannah is ruthless. Like, we know her, we've seen her as being really quirky and kind of awkward a little bit, but I think a lot of people are gonna underestimate her in this season because she said, she was like, excuse me, I'm still talking. Don't finish your, I have to finish
love
my
that.
sentence. Yeah, like, she's gonna be a little bit stronger, and I think a lot of people are gonna be pleasantly surprised by how she's going to be
Because she
this
loved
season.
her dress.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why.
Yes.
I mean, it was that power dress.
It's all in
She
the
was like,
fashion,
wait a
isn't it?
second.
But you know, even the host, Chris Harrison, said that, and we talked about this yesterday as well, that he had all these doubts about whether or not she was up to the challenge of being the Bachelorette. And I think we saw last night, she's got this in the bag. She's fine.
Yeah.
So luckily, Scott is gone. I mean, he made a really big impression on America in all the worst ways. But it was Luke P who actually won the first impression rose because of this entrance. Take a look.
Whoa! Beast mode!
That's right.
Oh my god! Luke!
Give me some for the beast. Give me some love.
So I need a Xanax. How would you
hated
guys
it.
react to a guy approaching you that way?
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
It's a lot.
He's a lot.
I
But
feel
she
like,
seemed to like it.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy is that I feel like for all of us, we were all like, oh no.
Yeah.
Frauded her.
Yeah,
I don't
but
like
she
that.
wore it back. She was like, "Ah," like she loves it. I feel like if anyone needs to like kind of compliment Hannah's personality, it would be someone that roars at her rather
Right.
than saying hello.
Yeah, she's like, they're silly. They have that silly,
Yeah.
goofy personality. I
Yeah.
don't love that. But
I don't know. I just want someone to show with a
She's
pizza
on it. Yeah, not
and
me.
some pajamas and a Netflix subscription. No, a PeopleTV subscription, actually. Now, Neha, you weren't the only one taking to Twitter last night throughout the premiere. Colton Underwood from The Bachelor, who rejected Hannah, also posted a message for her, giving her his encouragement. And his tweet read as follows: "Most improved toast giver in the game. Looking forward to a great season and most importantly, great ratings. I mean, love. You got this, Hannah. Peace sign." So, of course, we will be talking plenty more about this season of The Bachelorette as it progresses. But in the meantime, we do wish Hannah the best of luck in dealing with these very big personalities who I just want to do a real quick poll off the bat. Who's everyone's favorite so far?
I love the pilot.
The pilot?
Yeah, I
Pilot.
love the pilot.
Pilot is good. Guitar singing Jed, please, I love him. Also, we go way back because he was the Chip and Dale dancer at my sister's Bachelorette.
What? He can sing and
Surprise,
dance?
he can sing and dance.
you
He does it
serious?
all. He's gonna take this one.
What does he
gonna
look
win
like
it
with
all.
his shirt off?
Oh my God, guys. I'll tell you.
It's hard to compete with the good musician. You know?
Well, okay, so what do you think that a perfect season of The Bachelorette needs to entail? We already have the villain.
Oh, wow.
What else do we need to make this the best season? Because every season they say the most dramatic season ever, but what would actually make it the most dramatic season ever?
I want some ex-girlfriends to come in.
It's
and,
very
like,
possible now.
say what that person really is like.
I like it.
I want an ex-Bachelor contestant to come back and say, Hannah's mine.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That'll bring on the drama.
Elise, what would you like to see?
They kind of hinted at the next one, like maybe someone has a wife. I feel like that's pretty intense.
What is wrong with these people?
Maybe I understood that.
If you were in a
preview wrong,
relationship,
but-
you have one job, and that is to be in that relationship.
Right.
I don't understand. We're going to talk about this later on in the show as well, because I think fidelity is kind of a big theme of today's show. Well, look, regardless, it's going to be an interesting season. You said that last night in your tweet. You're like, well, this season's going to be
Yep.
something. On that note, Neha, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love having you here to talk all things Bachelorette, so hopefully you will return. We can't wait to see you guys again soon. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Elise and Paige are actually going to stick around, and we're going to talk about the heated showdowns on the Vanderpump Rules reunion. It was part 2 last night, and things got intense.
Katie, I'll see you next Tuesday.
I'll see you next Tuesday, mother.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Lyndsey Rodrigues with Paige Desorbo from Summer House and singer Elise Testone. All right, so last night we witnessed the second part of the Vanderpump Rules reunion, and everyone is still so pissed at James for his comments and behavior throughout the season. Let's take a look at it.
James, let me ask you a question. Why are you so angry today?
This is why we don't want to hang out with him.
I'm sitting here on a show with literally like 8 people screaming at me the whole time, Andy. No one...
Because you've built this house and now you have to live in it, bro.
It actually got so heated that James actually walked off the stage because everyone was attacking him and his family, at which point Lisa said everyone had gone too far. Do you guys agree with Lisa?
Yes.
Yes, I'm a sucker. Sometimes I feel so bad for James. Like, I know he puts himself in that position, but sometimes I'm like, oh, like, you just want to hug him. Like, he says these things out of reaction.
Right.
But, I mean, he does go a little too far. The stuff he says to Katie gets a little crazy.
It's horrible.
It seems to me like it's easy for everyone to project onto him, even because maybe he's the worst, but I don't really feel like everyone is so much greater, you know, from the little impression that I got. I mean, there's definitely things to be said in a positive way about everyone, but I just feel like everyone is directing every single thing at him and they just take it too far. So how is he ever going to be a better person if no one's ever going to give him a chance or believe in him?
I mean, that's a good point. They gave Lala a chance and she was able to completely become really good friends with them. And I suppose I'm pretty sure he is the youngest cast member.
He's younger, I was going to say.
So maybe this is like
he's
a
a guy,
thing.
so stupid.
He's so guy. He's just way behind in like maturity.
I mean, it's very obvious he's quite sensitive because at one point everyone left the stage because they got really heated and Lisa was sort of comforting him. He immediately burst into tears. So this is not like a hard-hearted person. I think he's easily triggered.
Right.
So what the cast said about White Kanye may have been out of line, but he has, as you touched on, Paige, made a lot of really horrible comments about Katie's figure in particular, which is a much larger problem. So let's see them address that at the reunion.
Everyone has been talking about my body. I'm hearing it on social media. It's because people like him have made me feel ashamed to be inside my own body. Do you know what that feels like?
Yeah.
You little piece of shit.
Yeah,
do you know what that feels like?
Little, because you made fun of my shorts. You've called me anorexic before. You called me too skinny, so I do know how it feels.
I never called you anorexic.
Yeah, you did.
What are you
That's how that. I did.
I called you
So what I take from all of that, and there was a lot of yelling, to hear Katie say, I don't feel good in my own body, that actually made me really upset. What do you think about James causing her to feel that way, and what do you think it speaks to as a larger problem in society?
I met Katie for the first time over the summer, and she is the nicest human. So I couldn't even imagine how someone could look at her and say those things. And she's gorgeous, and she has a great body. So I don't even know what he was talking about. Right. So I do feel really bad for her.
Yeah. Elise, what do you think?
Again, I feel like a lot of it's projection. I mean, he obviously has a lot of his own problems, and he's projecting them onto other people, and he's grabbing onto anything he can grab onto. And I think also when you're in the spotlight on TV, there's always going to be somebody putting you down, unfortunately, and it doesn't help that he encourages that.
Well, that's the problem, because he himself is a very public figure with a lot of fans, and he's sort of creating this narrative that it's okay to speak to anyone, like man or woman. Like, it's never okay to make these comments about someone's figure. So that's kind of what really bothers me. But I understand that, we do have some sympathy for James because he's young and he has
They all need group therapy.
But he could be better. He could definitely be better. Yes,
I need group therapy, for God's sake. I can't judge.
I'll go to it. Yeah,
Great.
we'll all go.
Let's go.
I want to go.
Hopefully there'll be cocktails, you know? Well, the one person who did seem to have James's back, other than Raquel, of course, was Tom Sandoval. So let's have a look at what he had to say.
I'm the first person that's actually making you be accountable for things, because everyone else
True. Yeah.
is letting you get away with
You have to defend James at every single.
No, I'm not saying it's I'm saying you're hypocrites.
So Jax was particularly upset that Sandoval was defending James. Do you think that as Jax's best man, he has an obligation to kind of not take James's side, particularly when James has said so many mean things about Brittany as well?
I think that Tom is entitled to his own opinion. Like, he doesn't have to side with Jax just because he's his best man.
I mean, maybe not. He did threaten to replace him with Bo last night.
Right,
so I don't know.
which I love Bo, so it'd be a great replacement. But I feel like Tom is allowed to think whatever he wants, and he's also allowed to back up whoever he wants. I mean, yes, there's loyalty to Jax, but if he thinks he's wrong, he's going to tell him he's wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Elise, do you think that Jax was out of line, being like, you're out of my wedding?
Yeah, I think that was a little,
calm down.
dramatic.
Right,
Relax. You know,
like
he still loves you.
You're not invited to my party.
But you know, it seems to me that Tom is the most rational, right? Would you say he's like the most rational?
Yeah, one of.
And Lisa, but one of the most rational ones in the group. So to him, he's like devil's advocate. He's just kind of like playing the role where he needs to be, you know, where he feels like needs.
He probably felt bad for James and saw that he had no one on his side.
He needed an advocate at that point. I just want to say, Tom, that sweater, I love it.
Yeah,
I borrow it. Well, the third and final part of the Vanderpump Rules reunion will be airing next week, and Bo, who we've been talking about, will be making an appearance. So I think it's safe to say we're all looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us, Elise. Before you go, I got to show everybody this. This is your album. It's called This Is Love. It's available for download right now. But what's really exciting is that you can catch this lovely lady in person at New Blue here in New York City on Sunday, May 19th at 8 p.m. for the official album release party. And there's a Rock of Ages Broadway star
The School of Rock.
School of Rock.
School of Rock. Brandon Taz Niederauer is a 16-year-old now, guitar phenom, and we wrote the last song together on there.
Tell Me Now.
Tell Me Now, and actually I was playing in his band for the last couple of years, but he's incredible, and all the songs have special guests from bands like Snarky Puppy, Ghost Note, Prince, Beyonce, you know, all different musicians from these different groups. So
Star-studded. Incredible. Well, congratulations on this. Make sure you pick up your copy or download it where you get your music from, but make sure you also stay tuned because after the break, Paige is still going to be here and she's going to spill the tea about Summer House, so make sure you stay tuned.
I've been holding something back.
Welcome back, everybody. I am here with the newest cast member of Summer House, Paige Desorbo. Thanks so much for sticking around for the whole episode.
Thank you.
I am particularly happy that you were here because you can help us dissect last night's episode of Summer House, because at the start of the episode, we saw you and Carl, and it seemed as though your relationship was moving forward, whatever that relationship may have been. Why don't we take a look at a clip before we go any further? Check it out.
Last weekend, I definitely had a breakthrough with Carl. But what if his mom asks, so what are you and my son? What am I supposed to say? Like, well, we drink 5 tequilas and then we make out in the pantry. I don't know what we are, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's the ma'am at the end that kills me. You're so funny.
Thank you.
I mean, meeting a guy's mom is a really big deal. So did you think this was going to be a turning point for you and Carl?
It's a very big step. And like I said, it's very high up on my list of things.
Yeah.
The way a mother and a son, you know, interact. And so it was a turning point for me. And so I was, you know, a little bit more into it than I usually am.
And she seemed like a really nice mom. Was she good to you?
She's the absolute best. We want her on the show. Like,
Yeah, I
she's
mean,
so great.
And she has an interesting backstory of her own because she's going through a divorce, and I mean that's got to be really
And Carl
tough.
is so sweet to her, and it's so nice to watch.
It's always nice to see. We talked about this again yesterday on the show, actually. Like, look at how a man treats his mom, and then by also like how he treats waitstaff and door guys and everyone.
It's very telling. On someone's personality.
Well, so everything seems to be going really well. And I was like, oh my God, like they're gonna get engaged or something. Like I'm hearing wedding bells for you. But then things took an unexpected turn when Carl told you about his plans for the following weekend. Let's take a look.
So I'm going to a wedding next weekend. I also have to admit, I am bringing someone.
Pardon? Like, all summer, you've been a puppy following me around, and I finally give you the attention that you've wanted, and you're like, oh, by the way, I'm taking this other girl to a wedding.
I do appreciate the fact that, like, I can be honest with you.
Yeah.
Men. I mean, you were so cool in the moment, but what was really going through your head?
I was like, wait, who? Like, what is happening here? He had every right to take another girl to the wedding, but I thought that could have been a great way for us to step it up. Maybe we'll go on a wedding date, you know? But didn't happen that way.
But I mean, how do you stay so cool when someone's saying this kind of stuff to you? Like, I need to learn the lesson.
My mind is racing inside, and I'm just just never let them see you sweat. I was just like, okay.
I mean, you were amazing because on your behalf, I was seeing all the dagger emojis. So where do things stand with you and Carl today?
Carl and I could not be better friends. We hang out all the time. We're in a big group chat. We're always texting. We see each other all the time. We go out for drinks. So we are very close friends.
Okay, good. And you'll be heading out to the Hamptons again fairly soon, I'm assuming, right?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going back, but I would love to share a house with all those crazy people again.
I mean, it looked like you guys had so much fun. Well, everyone was pretty much having fun, but two people kind of were not so much. Kyle and Amanda, they were facing some hurdles in their relationship because Kyle cheated on Amanda last year, and now new rumors of infidelity had surfaced, and then Amanda had to face telling her parents that he had cheated last year. So why don't we take a look at how that conversation played out?
Kyle was not very faithful one night over a year ago. Let's be clear, he was not let off the hook easily. I did almost leave him. I'm not making excuses, but there are no excuses. You're very forgiving.
She is very forgiving, and now they are happily engaged, which is wonderful. So let's throw up a photo from Amanda's Instagram of when that happened. I mean, that's a nice ring.
They're the cutest.
I might
She's
forgive him
the
too with the
best.
rock like that.
Yeah.
But I am interested to hear what you thought at the time, because your face when you're in the kitchen with Amanda and Carl's mum said a lot.
Yeah.
It really did.
I realized that. My face really tells everything. So being such good friends with Amanda, no matter what she was going to choose to do, I was always going to back her up. But I wanted, and she would ask my opinion, and I certainly would tell her, you know, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Maybe take it a little bit slower. You haven't moved in yet. You're not engaged. But ultimately, whatever she decided, I was going to be a good friend and stick by her. So it really didn't matter what I thought.
Are you excited for the wedding?
Yeah.
I think you should wear this. It's so good.
I need a really good dress for that wedding.
I mean, look, I'm really happy that they worked it out. I'm really happy that you and Carl are on such good terms as well. And I really hope that you guys get to go on vacation again this
know, me
summer.
too.
Because we're just getting to know you. And you can't take her away from us now, okay?
And now we're even closer with each other, so couldn't imagine what could happen.
Well, let's wait and see. We are going to take a quick break right now, but we'll see you on the other side, so make sure you stick around. Sadly, that is it for today's edition of Reality Check, but I would like to give a huge thank you to all of my guests today, Neha Joy, Elise Testone, and of course, Paige Desorbo. Now, Paige, I hear a little secret. Well, it's not a secret. It was advertised on Bravo last night. Vanderpump Rules Summer House crossover next week. That looks really exciting. So you're going to have Katie, Tom, Stassi, and Bo come and hang out with you guys. So I have a question for you.
Of course.
Will you come back and dish with us?
I would love that. Okay. Yes, I'm coming.
Fabulous. It would have been really awkward if you'd left me hanging and been like, no, I shall never return.
I would never say no to you, Lyndsey.
Oh, thank you, Paige. Well, make sure you join us tomorrow as well, because we'll be joined by the ever so fabulous Patricia Alchual from Southern Charm to help us get ready for season 6 of the show. Plus, we'll be getting to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, The Voice, and tomorrow night's Survivor finale. A lot of stuff to unpack tomorrow, so make sure you're checking us out. And in the meantime, make sure you're following us on social media and download the PeopleTV app on your smart TV, your smartphone, or any way you stream content, so you never miss a moment of your entertainment favorites. I am Lyndsey Rodrigues. It's been such a pleasure hanging out, and I will check you tomorrow. And I'll see you next week, Miss Paige.
I can't wait.
Yay.